Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you are new to me and this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello. What's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here, because that's what's going to be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and the continued support. I really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have a backlogged weekly wrap up. This is weeks 47 through week 49 and all my reading shenanigans in between. I would go back and tell you the dates, but I don't really remember off the top of my head. I just know that in that time span, I only completed 3 books. So yeah, we're just gonna catch you up. All right, we're just gonna catch you up. So we're back on track. You know, it's towards the end of the year. Things start to wrap up, trying to get back on schedule because I got all the new stuff coming out. So that's what I got for you today, is a weekly wrap up. But also I have something kind of special. I received some book mail as well. So there's going to be an unboxing at the end of this video, and I will put the timestamp right here. So if you want to just skip to the unboxing, you're more than welcome to, but I really do hope you'll stay and hear about the books that took up weeks 47 through 49. So if that's all good for you, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. All right, weeks 47 through 49, 3 books completed. So let's get down to business with 3 books. First one, Bad Witch Burning by Jessica Lewis. I read this in week 47. This was my Black Hat Book Coven book club book of the month. This was Laura's pick. It is a standalone, young adult. We have triggers for domestic violence and animal abuse. This thing packs a fucking punch. It does. Was not expecting half the heavy triggers and half the heavy shit in this book that we got. Definitely one for one to watch out for if you are going to be giving this to a young adult. All stuff that they can handle. Just be warned that I wasn't expecting that at all. At the fuck all. A quick summary: we follow Cottrell, who is a struggling teenager, and her mom, who floats from abusive boyfriend to abusive boyfriend. And while Cottrell is trying to kind of like navigate her teenage years, she's working, she's trying to help the family by giving money. She has a best friend named Will, and her dog. Those are like, that's her safety net right there. And she's learned that she can help support the family by writing these letters to dead people that allows other people to speak to their lost ones. We don't really know how she developed this power. It just started. It's just something she was ingrained with. But she's been keeping her family afloat with this kind of side hustle for a while. And eventually the letters stop working. But they change into something bigger. She can now resurrect the dead. And so she starts to do that for a lot more cash. And that's where our story takes a darker turn. What worked in this? I really liked the original idea of the story. I like this idea of this teenage girl who had this ability, kind of a necromancer, and it's mutating because as a teenager grows, their body changes. So why wouldn't her power change? I really thought that was just kind of an adaptation for her power, because she's right in the middle of puberty. She's very young. She's about 15, I think. I don't think she's legally old enough to drive in this book, to be perfectly honest. But I found it really interesting, this concept of this. And the original idea was spot on. I thought it had a really good start. And some of the darker points that were being brought forward definitely had me locked in. I mean, this gets dark really fast, and it pisses you off very, very quickly. So it had me hooked with that original plot line. It's original, let's get into it, let's do this. I like the fact that this is young adult and it handles such dark themes. Young adults, teenagers, they deal with a lot of serious shit. As adults, we look back on our teenage years and sometimes we don't always remember all the negative shit that we went through, because we know that it can be worse. We also know that there's another side to all the negative stuff. But at one point in time, we didn't know that. We didn't. So there's some stuff that teenagers go through that's pretty heinous and pretty dark. And in this case, she deals with a lot of stuff that full-grown adults shouldn't be fucking dealing with. And she's a teenager. So, damn. And some of these are domestic abuse and animal abuse. And they are very, very obvious. They are on page and they are pretty graphic. So just be warned. But I like the way the author handled this. We also feature financial abuse, which is something that you don't always hear about with younger people trying to help out their family. And we do definitely see it focalized in this book really, really well. So I thought that was really, really cool that our author kind of focused on that and just gave us a different young adult. I'm so used to reading about young adults who are like the chosen one, and their power, their magic, especially when it involves magic, is some fantasy related thing, something that's so out of the ordinary that no normal teenager would deal with it. The things in this book, no normal teenager is going to raise the fucking dead, guys. Okay, we get this. But living in an abusive household, dealing with a abusive parent, dealing with revolving door of people in and out of her life, dealing with foster care, dealing with not wanting to go into foster care, so she's staying in a shitty situation because she knows the other situation is just as shit. Like, this is stuff that actual teenagers deal with. Not all teenagers, thank God, but there are some that this was their cross to bear, and it definitely is a little bit of an eye-opener in the way that it's told and the way that it's used, but I really did enjoy it. Just be warned about it, for sure. And then I also really like that karma's a bitch in this book, because it is. There are some people that get what they deserve, and I applaud. Because that doesn't always happen in real life. So I'm glad that the fantasy element still was alive in this book. It was still utilized in this book, so we still kind of got a fantasy element to it, because karma's a bitch. And it was excellently done. It was very, very well done. That scene was dope. I was cheering. And when you read the scene that invokes the karma, you're like, yeah. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Yeah. It was awesome. I had a good time with that. However, there was some stuff in it that didn't work. This book definitely lacked explanation. This thing needed more development. It needed more fleshing out. Things start to go south. Obviously, we need some kind of drama. We need some kind of, arc. Okay, we've got that. But there's no explanation of why. Stuff just stops working, and the brief explanations that we get don't really work. Sometimes their problem solving, the mechanic they use to problem solve, it needed more fleshing out. It left unanswered questions that should have been answered. There are books that can leave unanswered questions. Don't get me wrong. You can leave unanswered questions, but they were kind of crucial to really understanding how the resolution came about, and it didn't exist. So really need more of that. And we really needed some reasonings behind some of the deaths in this story, because the murder jump that we do in this book, and that's what I'm gonna call it, the murder jump, because this is like the equivalent of jumping a shark, the way we jump to murder. It doesn't really match our original character and her viewpoints and how she felt. We never saw that internal struggle. We never really saw that link up. We just know that this is now a thing and this is what they're doing because of this, but we don't actually understand why. We do understand there's hate. We do understand that there's anger. We do understand there's resentment, but we don't understand how those things immediately jump to murder, because they don't always jump to murder. This girl is not a stupid girl. She's not stupid by any shape or form. So she has logic. But she's not emotionally hardcore driven either. So the logical emotional jump to a murder, the crime of passion idea is not there. The logical reasoning is not there. We needed more. This needed more explanation on a lot of different levels. And it definitely was a pretty big hit for this book. I ended up giving this thing 3 stars. However, it was definitely a good time. It reads really fast, but please be warned about the trigger warnings, because I have a 15-year-old going to be 16-year-old, and I would feel comfortable giving her this book to read. But I know my child. I know what kind of themes she can handle. I understand she was raised to understand that this is fiction, but part of this stuff actually does happen. She has family members that have been in the foster care system, so she does understand this. So I would feel comfortable giving this to her, but I would not feel comfortable giving this to every single young adult my daughter's age. You do definitely have to know the person that you're giving this book to. So please be warned about that if you're looking this for the young adult recommendation. But it also does feature a person of color, a person on the other side of the tracks, a person who was not given the best start at life and trying to utilize her gifts and her talents the best way, in almost a positive kind of way, at least what she thinks, because she is still a teenager. So I really enjoyed that aspect, that it wasn't, she did have a fighting chance with some of the gifts that she was given. So I did enjoy that for sure. And as for a spice rating, there is no spice rating. There's none. There's none. So there's no super sexy fun times. There's no hint to super sexy fun times. This is a young adult horror gore book. But also, I don't want to spoil this book for you, but there's another warning I need to make you aware of this book, because this thing came out of fucking nowhere. I did mention a trigger for animal abuse. If you are an animal lover, if you have pets, if they are considered your family, if you treat them like your family, please be warned, you will be pissed the fuck off. Okay? You will. But they get theirs. Just so you know. And it's epic. So, there you go. 3 stars. This was a really fun pick by Laura. And definitely, I'm glad it's part of my collection. I don't know if I'm going to be reading more of Jessica Lewis. But there was one book that kind of seemed like it'd be interesting to me, but I'm not 100% sure when I might pick her back up again. But it was an experience. There we go. The next book I read, I also gave 3 stars to, and that is The Awakening, by the Zodiac Academy Awakening, the first installment by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti. I will say this title correctly and these authors' names correctly, I promise. So, like I said, first installment to the Zodiac Academy. This is a long-standing run series, pretty popular on TikTok and Instagram, especially known for its smut. I'm going to tell you right now, this first installment does not live up to that fucking hype. Okay, but I do have a full reading vlog of my experience reading this book, and I will link it here. You guys can go check it out. It's already up and running, so you can actually see me read this book. Another thing about this book, this was on my 12 and 24 list. If you're not familiar with my 12 and 24 list, that was a list of 12 books that I wanted to get read in 2024 by the end of 2024, and it'll be linked here in the down box below. This is fantasy romance, dark academia, paranormal. We feature a lost heir trope, actually lost heirs, because we feature a set of twins. Enemies to lover, a lot of hazing and bullying, and I believe there is the, based off of the way this story is going, there is the building blocks for a teacher-student relationship down further in the series. So that's something you're looking for. This installment does definitely play to that. That's going to happen. Doesn't happen here, but it plays that it's going to. So, quick summary. We feature Darcy and Tori, I believe their names are. Darcy, Tori. Yeah, Darcy and Tori. They have other names, but Darcy and Tori is what they go by. Those are their human names. So they are a set of twins living on some rough times. They have been raised in the foster system after their parents were murdered, and they have just only had really each other. And at the beginning of the story, we are featuring both of them in pretty shitty scenarios and getting saved by this handsome stranger that finds them and takes them to another world. Lets them know that I'm taking you, but you're going regardless. Okay, I like to make that very, very known that they didn't really have a choice to go. They did, but they didn't. Let's be honest. And they are taken to this world where they are informed that they are the lost heirs of this kingdom. And this kingdom is called Solaria, or Solaria, however you want to pronounce it. In this world, they have powers of all the elements. They possess all the elemental powers, which is not normal. It is quite common for people to possess 2 forms of the powers, but not all 4 of them. And they need to learn to harness their power and prove themselves in what they call the awakening ceremony to actually inherit the throne that they are supposed to inherit. Because their parents were not well loved. They are the daughters of the Savage King, and they were hidden away in our world and brought back for safety. They were hidden away in our world for safety and swapped for another set of twins that ended up getting offed. So everyone thinks that these twins are dead. They are not. They come back and all of a sudden the heir apparent are there, and the boys who are considered right now the heir apparent are fucking pissed, and they're also a bunch of fucking douchebags. So these 2 girls are brought back into this world and into the school where they have powers they have no idea how to use. They only have their street smarts and themselves to rely upon. Nobody's helping them, and they have to figure out all this shit on their own while being hazed within an inch of their fucking life. All to inherit some inheritance that they didn't even know fucking existed. That's where our story sets off. This is a survival of the fittest in an academic setting if there ever was one. Like, yeah. So, what worked? Original plotline. Love the idea of the lost heirs coming back and regaining their throne. Thought that was good. And they're learning who they are and what they're capable of. I don't mind a lost heir trope or like a fount or the chosen one. I don't mind that trope. It's not overdone for me yet. So I had a good time with that. I also really enjoyed the relationship between the sisters because we definitely focus on their relationship and how strong of a bond they actually have. They only have each other to rely on. And in this book, they only have each other to rely on because everybody else is a fucking bunch of douchebags in this goddamn book, okay? Anybody with a penis is an asshole in this fucking book. You want to be an asshole? Prerequisite, you must have a penis. And that's pretty much it. Like, even the chicks that are bitches, they might as well be dudes because that's the way they fucking act. You know, they're just... The guys suck in this book, God. They just suck. Like, don't judge men by this book, by this one, because they all fucking suck then. But I loved the fact that they rely on each other, but I also really enjoyed how they complement each other. Darcy is more of the... if I remember correctly, she's more of the mild-mannered one, and Tori's more of the Spitfire. And they complement each other where one is strong, the other one is weak, where the one is weak, the other one is strong, and vice versa. And so Tori is a act first, think later. Darcy is a let's talk first, act later. And so they do work together very, very well. So do their powers, which dominant power they feel stronger towards. They do have access to all 4, both of them do, but they do their powers dualistic nature. Tori is more leaning towards the fire element, while Darcy leans more towards the air element, and air fuels fire, fire consumes air. So like they are very complementary. There's a lot of complementary stuff in there because they're also Geminis. Shocker, right? Shocker. I've already said that the male interests in this book are fucking douchebags. The author made it very clear that I'm not supposed to fucking like these guys, which is putting them up here for a nice trajectory to make me fall in love with them. Like, I love a good enemies to lovers. I love a good turnaround. I love a good grovel. I love it. So making me hate the dudes in this book is a good step for the author. It's a fantastic step for the author because this is, I think, like how many book series is this, guys? I don't even fucking know. Let me just check right here. Let me just check. It's in the back. It's in the bag. It's in the bag. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 books according to this, including, so 8, including The Awakening is told by the boys. So this told by the boys. I have a long time to really see them grow and mature and turn into, you know, decent, upstanding, maybe some morally gray characters. But right now, they're not morally gray. They're just dicks. They're just dicks who got their toys taken away. That's it. They're spoiled fucking brats. And I'm pretty sure somebody's in on it. But, you know, that's how it is. So that's what really worked for me. I like the plot line. I like the relationship with the sisters. And I like the fact that the author focused so much on me hating these guys, which will allow me to really see their writing ability. You did so well at making me hate these fuckers. Can you make me not hate them? Okay, can you? I've seen authors do it. I've seen it happen. So, fingers crossed that they will, because right now, y'all fucking bunch of dicks. All right? Bunch of dicks. What didn't work in this book? There is absolutely no fucking guidance for these girls at all. This is set up for failure. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they have to prove themselves. They've got to figure out how to use their powers. But they were literally brought over here and thrown to the fucking wolves. Literally. Because there's wolves in this book too. And there's dragons. And there's unicorns, and there's fucking people who get off on your emotions, and they're only using you for their, like, telepathy fucking abilities and shit. Like, yeah, anyway. Like, they were literally just thrown to the fucking wolves and said, here, figure it out, Merry fucking Christmas. Congratulations, you're the heirs to thrones that you didn't even know a throne fucking existed. And by the way, nobody fucking liked your family, so nobody, in fact, is going to like you, and we're gonna make your life a living hell. Just go the fuck home. Huh? Why the fuck would you want to stay? Why? Even the teachers are dicks. All of them. Except for one. But you could see him in the vlog. There's no guidance. Like, there's fuck all. There's none. There is two people that are kind of friendly, and then we got this clique. They're like, oh my God, the heirs, we still follow you. We're there. That's setting up for some shit too, guys. Like, I'm just waiting for that to backfire in their fucking face. You know, fucking drink the Kool-Aid people. Like, that's what they are. And I feel bad because that sucks. But, like, shit. Like, even the twins are like, I don't want to be around them. That fucking crazy. Bitches are crazy in this book. It's just fucking weird. Because they have nothing. They have nothing. The teachers don't want to fucking help them. They don't want to mess with them. So they're like, here, I'll just have the guys who are supposed to be taking your place, who have been taking your place, who are been raised to take your place, teach you how to take their fucking place. Get fucked. Set up for failure. Like, I understand making it difficult and making it hard, but give me somebody they can rely on. God damn. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just, no. The first spy scene took fucking forever to get there. There is so much teasing and visual scenes in this book, but damn, it took a long time for me to get there, because you're talking about some sexy guys without their clothes on, and they're stripping, and they're turning into werewolves, and they're licking people, and they're all nuzzly and cute, and all up on each other, and all this other stuff, but they're not doing anything, and the fuck. And then you have this one scene, comes out of fucking nowhere, and it's not with who I thought it was going to be. Very happy about the surprise. Definitely caught me on that one. Did not think it was gonna be that person, but that scene was not as hot as it needed to be to make up for all that fucking teasing. It just wasn't. It needed more. It needed some more. It was a nice finger scene, but it needed fucking more, goddammit. It needed more. It was not potent enough. The only emotional pull I have to the males is that they're jackasses. That's the only emotion I have. The one time where I thought maybe I was going to start seeing some growth, that wasn't strong enough. The transitions needed to be stronger, and it wasn't. But maybe I'm not supposed to, because this is such a long series. That could be the reason for that, but goddamn, I bitched this entire vlog about how much I hate these fucking guys. All right? They're all tools. Even the teacher. Fuck you, Orion. Oh, and don't even get me started. Speaking of teachers, the rules of this school. The rules of the teachers. fucking detention for almost murder, get fucked. No. I understand the school's about power and the survival of the fittest. I totally fucking get that. 100%, guys. I get it. But get fucked on that. That's some bullshit. Like, what? I was part of a sorority in college. Well, they call them literary societies, where my school went to because it's more academic based. But I went through the hazing. I went through Hell Week. I went through all that stupid shit. Saying the Greek alphabet 3 times fast before a match burnt my skin. Being threatened to swallow a fish and I ended up having to do a peach. Like, I did all that fucking shit. Death by crafts, all 9 yards, okay? I did all that shit. I voluntarily did it because I chose to be part of this organization. These girls didn't choose to be here. They just kind of been forced into it. And if there was some kind of sexualized component to some of this, it would have been great. It wasn't. It was just a fucked up school with fucked up rules and fucked up teachers running it and fucked up rules. That is all it was. It might as well just been anarchy. Straight fucking anarchy. Fucking detention for murder, man. 2 weeks 2 weeks. My daughter got detention for wearing green socks. Granted, fantasy, real life. But still, here's my point. Green socks. She got an after-school detention. These douchebags try to murder this chick, and they get 2 weeks. Another one assaults a chick. Nothing. Get fucked. And a lot of cyberbullying in this, which I think cyberbullying is a bunch of fucking shit. Y'all need to get some backbones. Like, seriously, if you're gonna do that, get some fucking backbones. Legit. So, yeah. Spice scale on this, 1 graphic scene, guys. 1 graphic scene. Wasn't really strong enough. We had lots of build-up, we had lots of nudity, we had lots of suggestion, but that graphic scene was not strong enough to seal the deal for me for anything higher than a 2. And that is being generous. Okay, it's being generous. All in all, I gave this book 3 stars. I do plan on continuing with the series because I do want to see where this goes. I didn't necessarily hate this book. I didn't necessarily love it either. I have been told by many people that out of the entire series, this is the least exciting installment. This is the least enticing installment. It's definitely just kind of introducing you to everything going on. And hopefully something happens, because not a lot of shit happened in this other than a bunch of hazing, bullying bullshit by a bunch of fucking spoiled ass brats that got their toys taken away. All right? Straight up. But I do like the fact also, forgot, that we were talking about multiple paranormal creatures. We have werewolves, we have merpeople, we have sirens, we have vampies. Like, we got the plethora. We even got fucking unicorns. We got some unicorns, and that was a funny scene. I chuckled on that. I would let a unicorn do that to me too. Not gonna lie. Yep. I would let a unicorn just all love up on me because there's a fucking unicorn, man. So, but yeah, 3 stars. Plan on continuing with the rest of it. I plan on vlogging the rest of reading that series, but I do have to get the rest of them. So, yeah. The last book I completed for this kind of backtracking weekly wrap-up was The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. I gave this 4 stars. 4 stars. This is also another 12 and 24 book on my list, which is linked in the down box below. Nonfiction, autobiography. We do have some triggers for child abuse and abortion. I would love to talk about this book without spoiling it, but it's been out long enough, and there's so many, all the big spoilery stuff has already been really released. So I'm sorry if you're being spoiled, but it's literally everywhere. When this book came out, everybody was talking about the revelations that this bitch made in this book, because shut the fuck up. Okay, so I'm actually planning on doing a full book review of this, but this is an autobiography. So to review this book, I can't do my normal review. So I'm still working on how to kind of process it, but just a little bit so you have a kind of a taste of how I felt about this book. This is a telling by Britney Spears of her story from the beginning to where she currently stands. And it is more of her story, not career. So if you're looking for more of her career stuff, there is career stuff in here, but it's more behind the scenes stuff. This is her story, not just her career highlights. That's another fucking book. So, you know, I picked up this book because I liked Britney Spears. I grew up listening to Britney. Britney was my bitch. I loved her, all right? Let's just be honest. I did. I grew up in that generation, and I sang these songs, and I danced these songs, and I wore my hair in pigtails sometimes, and, you know, I did all this. I watched TRL with her on it. I watched all of her music videos. I knew the fucking oops, I did it again dance. I fucking knew the goddamn thing, okay? I did. Crazy for you. I did all that stuff. Like, I've always liked Britney. I saw live on television, MTV, the VMAs, where she wore the sparkly little flesh tone outfit. And I was like, oh, shut the fuck up. She's so cool. I saw that live for the first time, like when it was premiered. It was amazing. I saw these performances. I saw her with NSYNC. Like, so I grew up with this bitch, okay? So this was important to me to read this book because I wanted to know her story. Quickly, what works a little bit, but I am going to be doing a full review on this. Pace the story. This thing reads so fast, mostly because you can't put the fucking thing down straight up. Let's be honest, you can't put it down. You just can't. Reads super, super fast. And I love that it's all from her perspective. There isn't a lot of moments in this book that don't directly involve her. I've read a lot of autobiographies where sometimes the author will say what other people were thinking and implying. And I think that's bullshit because unless that person helped write that portion, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, it's kind of annoying. I don't think there's any of those. It's all her perspective, and the story ends when she's no longer involved. So we don't actually get everything. She only get what she was directly involved in, which I do enjoy. I like seeing that personal side of this crazy coin that was Britney Spears' life. Because I saw the paparazzi. I saw what everybody else had to say. We never saw what she had to say. And I really enjoyed that. What didn't work in this book, quickly, was this constant feel that I was supposed to feel sorry for her. Don't get me wrong. This bitch's breakdown makes fucking sense. Her life was not what I thought it was. If even a tenth of this is 100% accurate, because let's be honest, we tend to divulge, like, you know, we tend to negotiate. What the fucking word am I thinking? Exaggerate. We tend to exaggerate when it's our own story. So I'm taking everything with a grain of salt because there are two sides to every story. There are. But she has this, like, she's oblivious to everything sort of thing. And I remember thinking growing up when she was in interviews, I'm like, why is she's not that stupid. Nah, she's not that stupid. And I still don't think she's that stupid. Even after reading this book, I don't think she's that stupid because her internal monologues don't make her that stupid. She just didn't go about getting out of things the same way. It took her longer to get out of things, I think. And I felt like there was this tone that I was supposed to feel sorry for her for some of the choices that she made. And I don't. You made the choice. You have to live with the consequences. Because, yes, your father was a dick. And what they did to you was bullshit. I mean, he literally said, I'm Britney Spears now for 13 years. Like, get fucked, you asshole. Like, no, that's crap. But there are choices in this book that she blatantly makes. And she gives you the reason why. But then it keeps coming back to it. And I'm like, I don't feel sorry for you. You made this choice. And there's tons of women out there who make these choices. But their life isn't in the spotlight. They're not constantly put on display. So there is that other kind of element to it. But that, I just didn't like that constant feel of I was supposed to feel sorry for her. That didn't work for me. And as for a spice rating, it's an autobiography. There's no spice rating, but you do learn about some shit. So please keep an eye out. I will be doing a full book review on this. But I have to figure out how to do it because it's not a normal book review. I can't be like, oh, this is why this worked. This is why it didn't work. It's somebody's fucking life. So it's mostly just going to be me talking about my feelings on the book. Really, I think is how it's going to be. But I gotta work on the write-up. So we will see. Don't expect to see it this month. It'll probably be going out next month. So, but I did give this thing 4 stars. And I do understand the hype behind it because it's Britney, bitch. Sorry, I had to fucking say it, okay? I had to say it. Sue me later. So that is what I read, and now it is time for the unboxing. So this is a gift from Christina Marziatis. If you are not familiar with Christina Marziatis, what rock are you living under? Because damn, I talk about her all the time. She is the author of the Love Letting series, which I do reviews for. I have done a review for every single book that is out currently. I'll link the playlist here in the corner. Go check it out. This is the first installment, Haunt, Book of the Year of 2023 and Cover of the Year 2023. So just so you know, it's awesome. There are 4 books currently out. I have 3 of them. So this guy, I think we can all figure out, is probably book number 4. So let's crack this baby open. This box is huge. I don't know what all is in here, so we're gonna find out, because there's probably goodies in here. So let's do this, people. Got my handy dandy knife here. I hope I don't cut myself, because that would suck. All right, let's get these books out of the way so I don't spill anything, and my drink. Okay, pop this open. Oh, so much stuff. It's such a big, it's like Christmas. It is Christmas. Okay, so we got some bubble wrap here. Okay, so Christina, this is the original cover of Haunt. Okay, this is the original cover. She actually took this photo. This is her husband, Lee, which, by the way, still my favorite cover, guys, still. And this is the original cover of Curse, the second book. And then we have the original cover for the third one, which is Ghost. This is Marshall fucking Tillman, by the way, just so you are aware. If you were curious, because you should be, because he's amazing. So here are the original 3 covers, guys. She has now actually re-released this series with new covers done by an artist that she's worked with. And this is what the new Haunt looks like. Oh my God, it's so pretty. Oh. So she was on a European trip when she was working on this font, and I remember seeing all these different examples of it and everything, and I was just like, thank you so much. But like, she's worked really, really hard on like developing this font and everything, and it looks awesome. And there's end papers. That's so pretty. Oh, look at that. I love the aesthetic in this. It's just so pretty. Oh, so good. So good. She still has the chapter pages in black. I love that. I love that effect. But yeah, oh, that's so awesome. This definitely gives it more of what you're expecting of the feel. So let's just get to another close up. So we have Mac and Charlotte. Those are our 2 main characters. Mac is a serial killer and Charlotte is a runaway, and they interlink, and then their stories just intertwine with this crazy cast of characters and all of this just awesome stuff. So here we go. Here is the original and the new one side by side. Oh, they're so pretty. Both covers are amazing, but Lee, you're still my favorite. We all know it. Okay, so let's see what else is in here. Oh, okay. Oh, this is even more stunning in person. This is Curse. She sent me all the new books. So here we go with the side-by-side comparison. Oh, okay, so funny story. She originally released this cover without this smoke screen, and it was gorgeous. The original artwork was amazing, but Amazon being, you know, like, oh my God, we have to be like nudity, whatever. It's fucking art, people. It's fucking art. So she added this kind of smoke screen, which still gives it a really nice, romantic, ghostly vibe. But yeah, fucking A. Stunning. Great choice, Christina. Great choice. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, look at it. Oh, so pretty. Oh my God, I'm in love with this series. I'm just in love with this series, guys. All right, so again, side by side. And then here is Ghost. Look at that. Oh, I love the added element of the color in this one and not really having it so much in the other ones. Oh, I love that. Yes. And then you have Marshall fucking Tillman. So awesome. Awesome. Very, very much. This is just stunning. This is great. I love this. So you have the end pages. Yes, there it is. Okay, so there are those. Okay, now here, yes, here is the fourth book. This, here it is. It's in my fucking hands now. Look at that. This is the fourth installment. I have not read this yet, but I will be reading it very soon so I can review it, and this is stunning. I cannot wait. So we're going to read the back of this one just because I want to. Love goes beyond being a feeling. It entails a conscious effort to grasp, to rediscover a tenderness in palms calloused in sin. Find yourself in the harsh reality of gaining independence in an era that proves brutal for the underprivileged. Wallow in the conundrums of man, an exploration of the darkest psyche, a romance built on trust alone. I'm so excited. Oh God, this font is stellar. Yes, this was definitely the right call, Christina. This font is fucking gorgeous. I love it. This is awesome. But she sent me something special because she loves me. And the fourth installment in the original series, as you can see these portraits. Now she's taken all of these portraits herself because she's a photographer and they're her artwork. And I just fucking love it. And so I have her artwork on my shelves. She did take a portrait for the fourth book, but she ended up releasing it with this. And she sent me the only copy in publication with the original cover. So I have James Miller on my shelf. He's mine, bastards. It's all mine. He's mine. Oh, I love it. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, Lee, I think you just got trumped. I think you just got trumped even with the fucking banner. I think you did. This is awesome. I will not be reading this edition. This will, oh! She's, for the delightful Jackie, James. Thank you. Thank you so much. Something you have to understand is James Miller has a thing for redheads, okay? He does. So after I read him, I'm so turned on and scared anytime I read a scene by him. And I have been dying for this one because he's on the cover. And just... Thank you, Christina. Thank you so much. I love it. Thank you so much for this. This means so much to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for trusting me with all your stories, and thank you for sending me these of your own free volition. I love all of these. She sent me every single one of these, guys. By the way, every single one of these she sent me. I'm not gonna be able to hold all of these in my hands, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Hold on. My loves. Okay, I'm pulling my own hair. Oh, James would love it. Anyway. I love them. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love it. This is the best Christmas present ever. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh. Let me make sure there's nothing written in the other ones real fast because that was a surprise. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Christina. I love it. Thank you so much. And I will take care of these and I will treasure these and I will get your review up to you as soon as I can wrap my mind around this. Because you've haunted me, you've cursed me, you left me with your ghost, and now I get to finally be your slave. In both forms. I love you. That's all I have for you guys today, and I will see you guys all soon with another video. And again, thank you, Christina and Lee, for all of these. Lee, please don't feel bad. I mean, seriously, can you beat this? I mean, you probably could. Let's be honest. I don't know. Guys, how about you let me know? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments which one. Because cover of the year, but James Miller. He's got the thing for the redheads. Sorry. I don't know. Let me know. I love you both again. Thank you. Bye, guys.